everyone. How you doing? Yep, it's Tammy. I'm back. So I have a lot to tell you because there's a lot of quick going on out there in this world. So I just want to say hi. How you all doing? What's going on? What you guys been up to? All of that. I want to know all of that. Now I have to figure out why this thing isn't closing down because I hate my life. There we go. So anyway, yeah, I had a little bit of technical difficulties before you guys came on because everybody's stupid. No, because my green screen fell down. So I had a panic attack. I started screaming and carrying on. I was acting like me. Sorry. But anywho, so what's been going on with you guys? You guys all healthy and happy and everything's good, right? Everybody's safe and sound and you guys okay, right? Other than special ed shit. Other than that, you guys are cool? Good. So anywho, let's talk about what's been going on this week. So it's been kind of crazy. I have a couple of things I want to talk to you guys about that I'm offering as a free service once a month, and it's called WWTD. What would Tammy do? Conference. So it's going to be by invitation only, and you guys can come together. I'll send anybody who's interested. I will send you a link via email to join it on a specific day. So I can hold a lot of people, but the whole point of it is to help you guys make a connection to other people who are going through the same thing you're going through. Okay, so that's number one. And number two, I'm going to show you guys all about my Iep form so that you guys can go and write up your own Iep before you go to a team meeting, which will be kind of cool. So is anybody watching or what the hell? Hey. Okay. I don't know what's going on, but anywho. Okay, nobody's on. Anywho, so yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing. So I had some good news today. So I've been filing complaints in Illinois. Every time I file a complaint, it comes out in our favor to a certain degree. Because God forbid we should win straight across the board. So anywho, we won, and it was so bad that the state came back and said that if you guys, this is the second time we're issuing a corrective action. And if you guys don't figure this out, we're going to take all your sped money, the IDEA Part B money. That's like thousands of dollars for this one school district. Thousands. And according to Mom, it's like millions of dollars because the district is so big. So Illinois is a pretty big state. So anyway, so yeah, that's what's going on with that piece. That's kind of cool. So we won. The problem is we got to keep filing because they're stupid. Everybody's stupid. So anyway, that piece is going on. And so I just want to show you guys, what's going on as far as what I'm offering as a service. And you guys can just jump in and feel free and yada, yada, yada. I'm going to check and see. Apparently nobody's interested. Okay. There's nothing I could do. Okay. So anywho, so one person is gone. The one person was watching. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys what I've been offering. Okay, so let me do it this way. When you have an IEP, or when you go to a team meeting rather, the school district expects you to go to the team meeting and just, not be heard. They want you to sit down, shut up, and don't touch nothing. They really don't want you to participate in the meeting. They just want to do their thing, which usually ends up with them being in trouble because all they think about is their needs and what they want and how they want it done. And usually that means denial of fape. So what I'm going to offer you guys is a way to get around that so that you can go to these meetings and fully participate in the meeting by being prepared. So the one way is to make sure you get all the records prior to the team meeting. So you want it 2 days before the team meeting. I've told you guys this before. Another way is to write down what you guys want. So what you want, now it's hard because you go to the team meeting and they're jumping all over the place on the IEP. A lot of IEPs you can't even follow. I can't. The one in Illinois is a hot mess, and so is the one in New York. I don't even understand how anybody can read that nonsense. But anyway. Oh, did you guys like my t-shirt? See, once upon a time, I didn't care. Then, I still didn't care. The end. That's my story. Okay, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Anyway, my sister got me this, by the way. She saw it. She said she couldn't resist. She said, that's you. I said, you're right. So anyway, wow, nobody likes me, I guess. Nobody's here. Well, if nobody shows up in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to end this because I don't have time. So if you guys aren't interested, then I'll just put it out there, let you know where it is. You can go do whatever you want with it. But anyway, what I've decided to do is to give you guys a place or a document so that you guys can use at your leisure. You can write it up before the team meeting, put all of your thoughts on a piece of paper. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so here's my website. All right, so it's all about me, sped answers, blah, 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 blah. So right here, it says, see where it says blank IEP fillable form. So you click on that, right? And it takes you here. Okay. And so I put some stuff in here on what it is and everything. But so what you have to do is you have to click on the corner right here. It's a pop-out box. You click on that corner. It takes you to another screen. Okay. Then when you get here, so let's talk about this. This is what the form looks like. Okay. So basically it has the name of the school district and all of that stuff. It has your kid's name and IEP to date form. Now this is good because it's like it's preparing you to do a team meeting. Okay. It's preparing you to figure out what you want to make sure gets into your kid's IEP. So this is what you have to do. Okay. You have to go there correct. So what I did is, you hit up here, you go, of course, you can't see it because I got that stupid banner up there. Okay, wait a minute. I'm going to take it out. Banner. Take it out. Okay. Oops. Okay. So you go right here, right? And you click this and you hit download. So now it's going to go to your computer. Okay. So here it is right here in the corner. Now it's over there because you can't see. Okay. We'll just do it like that. Okay. So now it's right here. So you click on that. All right. So now you have a printable form. Okay. Let me put it back over here. So now you have a printable form. I mean, you have a fill-in form. So you go up here and you put Tammy Joya. Okay. School district. Tammy Joya. I like that. Tammy Joya School District. That's fine. Tammy Joya School District. Okay. So then you start filling this out. So you put, the date of your team meeting, you put that in here. Every time you click somewhere, this goes with you. Okay. You can either use your mouse to click over to where you want it. Okay. Or you can just hit tab. See, tab will take you where you want to go. Take you all the way down. Okay. So you fill in your kid's name. All right. You put in all this information. You make sure you put the date on here. All right. Now here's the cool part about this. I'm gonna see if I can zoom in. There. That's better. Yeah. Okay. Now, I just got to tell you a secret. I didn't make up this form. This is I borrowed it from the Massachusetts Department of Education. And what it does is, I just took their stuff off. Nobody's going to come, really? Wow. Okay, so what it does is it gives you an opportunity to be prepared for the meeting. So you can put all your thoughts down here. So here's what I like. See this part right here? Parent concerns. Okay. The parent concerns is all about you. It's not about the school district. The school district wants you to think that it's all about them. It's not about them. Everything that goes in here is what you're concerned about, not about what the team is concerned about. It's only about you. Okay. So then you go down here and you start putting them. I'm concerned that my child is not receiving the appropriate OT services to assist him in accessing the general curriculum. Okay. And then you just put da, 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 da. You just put all of that stuff in here. Okay. You just keep, I don't know where it went, but I guess you have to do this. You have to put the next sentence down here, I guess. Okay. I've never used this form before. So you just put it in here and you just put all of your concerns right in here, what you're worried about. Now, So when you go to the meeting, you can just read it. Okay. So all of your concerns are about, this is all about supports and services and placement. Okay. So that's anything that you have in any of those categories. That's what you have to put in there. Okay. That's what you put in there. Then you go down this. Now, see, look what I want you to read. See this right here? This is so cool. The highlighted part that I just highlighted gives you guys the, it gives you, how can I say this? It tells you what goes in this box is what it is. It gives you directions. What concerns does the parent and or student want to see addressed in this IEP to enhance the student's education? I'm concerned that my child is not receiving OT. So what you could say is, okay, so I guess we can't take it out. Okay, wait. So then you could just say, after reading the directions, you say, my son, I don't know why it's doing that. Has difficulty, or better yet, I would like to see the IEP address the fine and gross motor skills issues related to writing. Okay. Okay. And then you just keep going on. All right. So then you get that one done. So then the next one says, here's the student's strengths. Now, the school that I was talking about, they just got in trouble because they were supposed to include this part right here. What are the student's strengths? I'm sorry, the general education performance, including the state results, test achievement, if any. This section is supposed to have all of the performance stuff in there, like his current level performance. So any evaluations that were done in the last 3 years should be noted here. And also your stuff should be noted here. So if you went and had a neuropsych done in 2021, then neuropsych evaluation. So neuropsych. Okay. Evaluation. So you put that in there. You put in, so you make sure that's another thing. So 2 days before the team meeting, you want a copy of the draft IEP. Okay. Now, if they don't have it, screw it. You know what your kids, you want to have all of the information that you need. You need it in this IEP in this section. You want all of the evaluations. You want any test results. You want his educational strengths. You want, if he's 16 or 14 or over, you want the IEP to talk about his personal attributes and personal accomplishments. You also want it to talk about achievement towards goals or a lack of. You want that in here. This section right here. They're going to say no. You just tell them that's what the law says supposed to go in there. That's all you say. Just say that's what's supposed to go in there. If you don't put it in there, I'm going to reject the goddamn IEP. It's just that simple. Because this information has to go in there. Okay? These are his student strengths, and this is the key evaluation results summary. That's where it goes. They don't have to put it verbatim, but what they have to do is put the highlights, put a couple of sentences like the test results for the WISC-5, his full scale IQ score. That kind of stuff goes in here, okay? Then is the vision statement. So the vision statement says, what is the vision for this student? Consider the next 1 to 5 year period when developing this statement, beginning no later than the age of 14 in some states and 16 in others. But it's 16 federal, okay? The statement should be based on the student's preferences and interests and should include desired outcomes in adult living, post-secondary. This is all about transition. Okay? It's all about transition. So if your kid wants to go to college and your kid is in school, then and your kid is in school, they need to figure out why he wants to go to school, why he wants to go to college. So what courses does he want to take? Because you got to make sure that if your kid wants to go to college, just because your kid's on an IEP doesn't mean your kid can't go to college. Okay. So it depends on the kid. Now, in Massachusetts, they have this wonderful thing. So I have a couple of clients that have a low IQs. However, in Massachusetts, they have this program where your kid that has a disability can go to a community college within Massachusetts, and the community college provides them with transitional services, such as an educational coach, a peer mentor that can take them around the college to acclimate them to the college and other college activities so that they can develop friendships. They can provide them with job and work skills. It's a wonderful program. Okay. So your kid can go to college. It just depends on your state. Okay. So that's number one. So in order for them so they have to ask your kid what your kid wants to do when your kid grows up. Okay. They don't like to ask these questions because they're, I don't know, stupid. They just think that whatever they decide your kid should do, that's what your kid should do. That's not what this is about. It's about your kid, and it's not about what some woman or some man has decided your kid's going to learn about by feeding them lines about what they want to do with their life. One of these idiots in one of the schools that I'm representing this kid in, she's literally feeding the kid lines to say to another person rather than actually teaching her how to do this on her own. It's because they're lazy. Okay. For one thing, she put in the report that the kid wants to live on her own. The kid does not want to learn to live on her own. She wants to live with her mother and father. She's never lived on her own. Why would she want to live on her own? Did you teach her how to go food shopping? No. Did you teach her how to do anything for living on her own? How about paying a bill? She wants to live on her own. Did you teach her any of these skills? By the way, she's about to leave school next year. Haven't taught her anything, but she wants to live on her own. That's a big goal for a person you never taught how to do anything, including pay bills. This is what I'm talking about. They're crazy. Okay, so let's go back to looking at stuff. Okay. Oh, here. That's what I want. Okay, so now the next page is all about the areas that your kid has a problem with. Okay. So how does the disability impact your kid? So some kids, it impacts everything. So what you do is you hover around that, right? And you just put an X on it. So if it's all of these, you just go and you put X's in everything. Now it might be that it's none of them. Okay. Other curriculum areas. So you specify what other curriculum areas. And then you have to say, how does the disabilities affect the progress in the curriculum? And this is where you go for broke. You say, due to the disability, he cannot access the general curriculum without the appropriate supports and services, such as he needs OT to write. He needs APE because the kid has motor coordination deficits. Okay, his range of motion is inadequate. He needs speech and language. Okay, it impacts all areas for all of the things, anything that you need for anything your kid needs to pass an English class or any of these things right here. That's what you put right here. And what you can do is whatever you write in here, you can copy and put it in the next one, which is it's called PLEP. PLEP, I'll tell you that in a minute. So you put in here everything that your kid needs in order to access. This is called the general curriculum. Okay. In order for your kid to access the general curriculum, these are all the areas, okay? So you just go in there and you just hover on it and you just hit the X and put it on there, okay? The boxes are all highlighted, all right? Any boxes on here that you see that are light gray, you can type in them, okay? So then you go down here and you put in, my son needs OT to write assignments, to write and complete assignments. Okay. Oh, this is what you say. I'm sorry. The disability impacts or hinders my son's ability to access the all areas of the general curriculum as he needs OT for writing PT for movement, SLP for language, for speech and language. Or let me see, yeah, yada, yada, yada. So you get the gist. That's what you put in there. Now, you say what type of accommodations. This is your accommodation page, okay? This is your accommodation page. So this is where you put anything your kid might need to access the general curriculum. So let's say your child is autistic. Okay, so your kid needs weighted pencils and pens. They need a slant board. They need a weighted vest. I'm just putting all kinds of stuff in here. Weighted vest. They need directions and instructions in small in 1, 2, 3 steps. See what I'm talking about? This is where you put this stuff, you guys. Okay. This is where it goes. Okay. And then down here you say, so all of the accommodations you think your kid needs in order to access the general curriculum, that's where you put it. Okay. All of that stuff is accommodations. That's to help him access the curriculum. Okay. So it says what types of specifically designed instruction, if any, is necessary for the student to see this. So you say context. Oh, the other thing you can put in here is resource room or pre-teaching, previewing, previously learned concepts. See, all of that goes in there. Okay. You check the IEP for this piece. Check his old IEP for this section right here. Okay, because depends on the kid, but you really don't want to mess with the content. Method and delivery of instruction. That's a little bit, we have to go into that in another time. It's very detailed. And the performance criteria is data collection. You can do quarterly, informal assessments, yearly, formal assessments. Okay. That's what you can do. Okay, you put that right in there. Okay, and that's how we'll know if this piece right here is to help us determine if he mastered the skills in this IEP. Okay, must be vacation. Anyway, so then you go over here. This is called PLEP B. Oh, I should have told you. This one right here is called PLEP A, and it's in the general curriculum. Now, whatever's in here, you can actually cut and paste or just type the same thing all over again down here. Okay. But up here, you have to say, like, what is his present level of educational performance and other educational needs? Okay. So does your kid need adaptive PE? Yes. You can say social emotional needs. You can say assistive tech, travel training. Oh, this is my favorite behavior. Skill vocational. Okay. So you check off a few of those. All right. Just click on them and they put check mark goes there. Okay. And then you have to check down here. Is this for your kid that's between the ages of 3 and 5, for children ages 14 or younger, or for a kid that's 16 and over to 22? Okay. Then you check this. Okay. You check each one of the corresponding boxes. Then everything that you put on PLEP A, you come down and you put on PLEP B for these two sections. Okay. So now everything's the same. And then you do the same thing with the content and method of delivery and the performance criteria. That's the same. Okay. So now we just go along and we type all of this stuff and you fill in all of this, the IEP date. You put the IEP date that they're going to write the IEP for. Okay. Then you put your kid's name in there. Goal number 1. Okay. So what goal do you want to focus in? So let's say it's SLP. Okay. So then you put in what they said last year is what can he currently do? Okay. So according to last year's thing, they said he could do this and this. We don't know if he can do that yet. Okay. So I'm going to teach you guys how to write up these IEPs so that you can do it better when you go to the team meeting. But not for nothing, you guys have a pretty good idea about what your kid can and cannot do. So you put in here what your kid can currently do under speech and language, because that's one of the things you want a goal on for speech and language. That's a related service. So you do that one first. You do all the related service ones first. Okay. So then you put in what the current level performance is. Then you go down here and you say, what challenging yet attainable goal can we expect the student to meet by the end of this? So now you say, okay. So now you start saying things like, forgot how to do it now. You put in by the end, how will we know this to it? The student will write 5 sentences using noun, verb, noun, or whatever it's called, whatever they put. Using noun, verb, using the appropriate punctuation and capitalization. Right? We put that there. Then when you get down to here, you say by the end, will the student need to complete this goal? So then you just put in what it needs. Like I said, I got to teach you guys how to do this, but all you have to do is look how the school district did theirs, and then you do the same thing. Okay. So you could put in here what you want it to say. Okay. Now it's going to get tweaked. Okay. It's going to get tweaked. What I have to teach you guys is how to actually write the goals and objectives in an IEP that you need to be done. So what what you have to do is say, what measurable is this? Measurable annual goal. Okay. I'm doing this wrong. Okay, so you could put by the end of the IEP period, the student will be able to write 5 sentences with the appropriate punctuation, 80% with 80% accuracy across 3 consecutive sessions, across 3 consecutive months. Okay. That's how you write this. Okay. So here you just write what you want the kid to do. Down here, you write how they're going to get it. So the measurable annual goal is what you want your kid to do in 1 year's time. The benchmark or objective is how is he going to get there? Now, in some states, they just have a measurable annual goal. So what you do is you put in there how you make that one thing. So instead of having two here, you use the measurable annual goal and the benchmarks. You do everything together. That's how you do it in those states that don't have benchmarks and objectives. All right. Objectives. The objective is how do you get there? All right. Homeschool. Hey, I'm listening. Keep going. Oh, okay, good. I'm like, where's all my people? Anyway, so that's how you get that done. Okay. So punctuation, by the end of the IEP period, the student will be able to write 5 sentences with appropriate punctuation across with 80% accuracy across 3 consecutive sessions, across 3 consecutive months. Then the next one. So every time you write something in here, you say the student will write 8 sentences. You just keep going up until you get a paragraph. Okay. So if he writes 10 sentences, the last one will be the student will be able to write 10 sentences with 80% accuracy, blah, 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 blah. That's how you do it. That's how you teach kids. I don't know what these people are doing. They're crazy. This is how you write an IEP. Okay. Now, I put like 4 pages in here for you guys because, You might want to have a lot of goals and objectives. So I put like 4 pages of this that's available for you guys to write all over it, okay? Because they only give you one and they think that's good. It's not good. Okay, so then every single IEP, okay, let me tell you guys this. This IEP is based on what Massachusetts has, okay? I like the Massachusetts IEPs because, as you guys can plainly see, it's short, sweet, and to the point, okay? It's only about 8 pages if you just count, 1 page for the goals and objectives, okay? It's only like 8 pages. The reason why theirs is so cool is because you fully understand. You can see what's going on. The New York IEP is a hot mess. There's more bullshit going on in those IEPs than you can shake a stick at. And Illinois is no better. Half the time, I don't know what they're talking about. It doesn't make any sense. They use the IEP as the quarterly progress report at the same time, which means you have a whole bunch of stuff going on in that IEP, and the parents don't know what time. I said, this is stupid. We just went to a team meeting. I said, this is stupid. And what happened was, okay, hi, Diane. Take my state, for instance. Exactly. That's a whole nother case. I didn't even tell people about that. But anyway, they and I swear to God, the state does it to make you guys crazy. They just make you crazy. So if you follow this one, okay, when you're at the team meeting, okay, and they start talking about goals and objectives, you say, so which goal is this? If you have this on a laptop or you save it on your, what do you call it? Your tablet or something, you can just bring this right to the team meeting. And whatever they're saying, you can write, and then you could say, no, I don't think that's good. This is what I actually want. Or you say, this is what I actually want it to do. Do you think you people could do that for me? Because that's what I want it to say. Because anything less would be a violation because it's a denial of fape. And that's the other thing, guys. Okay, let me go back over here real quick. Where's the little thingy? Okay. What these states are doing is they're writing ambiguous IEPs on purpose. Okay. What I just wrote is what a normal IEP is supposed to look like. It has all the components you need. Okay. It has everything. It has a measurable goal. It tells you what you want the kid to learn how to do. And then it says what we're going to do to make sure that he can do it. So he's going to write these 5 sentences. It's going to take him a whole year. By the end of the IEP period, he will know how to write 5 sentences with 80% accuracy, with the appropriate punctuation, given 3, and they're going to know he did it because he can do it 3 consecutive sessions with his SLP person, okay, across 3 consecutive months. He'll be able to do that, okay? Easy peasy. And we're going to know he's going to do it because when you get down here, where is it? Plep A. Okay, where is Plep A? So see Plep A right here? This is present level of educational performance. Right there it says, now, the ones in Illinois, no, the one in New York, they're weird. And the one in Illinois, they say all how they're going to collect the data. So where it says, you say to them, where's the performance criteria? How are we going to know? What are you guys going to do to tell me that he mastered that skill? That's what you say. Hey, Marlo, I hope that helped you what I put in the Facebook thing. Are you a PA? So anyway, so I'm glad you guys could come, by the way. You like my shirt? I like it a lot. My sister got it for me. What can I say? My whole family knows that's the way I am. I like it a lot. So your shirt is how they feel. Exactly. Once upon a time, I didn't care. Then I still didn't care. The end. See, that's me. That's me. I don't care nothing about these crazy people. That's how I want you guys to feel. Okay. So anyway, so you have to ask them, what's the performance criteria? When they say, we don't understand what you're asking, you say, okay, got it. Okay, let me explain it to you. It says right here, specially designed instruction. And you just read them this sentence if they don't know what you're talking about. Just read them. Check the necessary instructional modifications. Describe how such modifications will be made. How are you people going to, what type of, what is this right here? Oh, no. I need to know what you're going to use as a performance criteria to measure that he mastered that particular goal. That's what I need you to tell me. How are you going to do it? You're going to collect the data? You're going to do a quarterly informal assessment? How are you going to be able to tell me? Because I want the data. Well, let me tell you. I want you to collect monthly data. I want a portfolio, a sample portfolio of all of his work that he's doing. Day one. Okay. And at the end of the, you can do quarterly informal assessments because they love doing it when you have RTI. I don't know why they don't understand anything when they got RTI floating around in all these stupid schools where they're doing all these dumb assessments. And the kid is supposed to be on an IEP. By the time they get to tier 2, they should be on an IEP. I'm sick of these people. They're just stupid. Anyway, that's what we're at. They're just stupid. That's another good t-shirt. Let's just forward this entire... Oh, no, I got something for your school. They're about to go down. So anyway, what you want to do is you want to tell them you want yearly formal assessments. They're going to say some wild shit like they can't do it. Yes, you can. Okay, the Wyatt, the Wyatt and the Woodcock Johnson, the Wyatt 3 and the Woodcock Johnson, they have what's called a brief. Most assessments, if you do the full one, you can go back and do part of the assessment at the end of a year. Now, if they have a problem with that, you contact me and I will send them a copy of what that assessment looks like. Okay. It's specifically designed for that. It's specifically designed to do to check up on the kid. That's what it's for. The AFLs, and the ABLs those are done every quarter. Every single quarter, the AFLs has to be done, or the ABLs have to be done. The ABLs are. Okay. But this will help them understand. No, it won't. Nothing will understand. I'm about to offer my services to the school in Illinois for me to help them to write an IEP appropriately because they're stupid. Because they just got busted for the second time. And the state came back and said that if they don't do it right, this is their second warning. If they don't put it together, they're going to pull out all their money. And what? The fact that they put that in writing and they put it in a findings from the state means I won twice. I'm about to win a third one because they're stupid. Anyway, so that everyone even qualified. Shut up, Diane. Hi, Kimberly. The individualized goals follow the child through the classroom for data and professionals. What? For data purposes. I don't know what that means. I think I know what it means. Every single okay, if your kid's on an IEP, every teacher is supposed to read the IEP. Okay. The teachers, as soon as the teacher says, I didn't know your kid was on an IEP, we got a problem. Houston, we got a problem. Okay. Because that means that teacher hasn't implemented that IEP since the day your kid walked into that Nimrod's class. And I want to know why that numbnut didn't have the copy of the IEP. Why? Tell me why she doesn't know your kid's on IEP. Tell me why. And that's what you guys have to say. How come you didn't know my kid was on an IEP? Especially if they've gone to a team meeting. I'll kill them dead. Okay? I love you, Kimberly. Oh, by the way, thanks, girl. So yeah. So the IEP follows the kid all over the school. It doesn't matter if the kid is in a regular ed class with an IEP. Good for your kid. Okay? Because all kids, just because your kid's on an IEP doesn't mean your kid has to be in a special class. Your kid could be in regular ed. It's called inclusion. Anywho, the teacher cannot say, oh, they can. I shouldn't say that. They cannot say it without being in a violation, which I love. And all you have to do is do me a favor. Just so I'm clear. That's how you start the email off. You didn't know my kid was on an IEP? Or yesterday, hi, I just wanted some clarification. Yesterday, we had a conversation and you stated that you didn't know my kid was on an IEP. Would you like, hi, you told me yesterday you didn't have my son's IEP. Please find the attached. I sent it to you. So I hope you read it. If you have any questions, please call me. Now you just busted her. She hasn't implemented your kid's IEP. Let her, and you say, I hope this helps you. Please let me know. She's stupid. She's going to send you an email. She's going to say, thank you. I didn't even know about it. Something like that. That means the entire year or however long your kid was in that wench's class. Okay? They did not implement that IEP. She just said she didn't know. Why? Yeah. Don't care. Like that. Don't care. Don't care why. All I know is I'm going to file against you. And that's all you have to say. And that's all you need. You need the IEP, you need the email, and you need the email response. She didn't know your kid was on an IEP. Bam, you win. It's a denial of FAPE automatically. Any teacher in the school, I don't care if they're special ed, I don't care if it's the OT, I don't care if it's the PT, I don't care. They're gonna implement the IEP. Whatever's written in that IEP, they're gonna implement. They don't? Good. Tell me, I'll show you how to write the complaint. It's easy peasy. What we have to do is we have to be something that they look at us and they see a problem. They already do that. But the problem is they don't see us. They think their idea of us being a problem is like a thorn in their side, like they stepped on a tack or something. No, I want to be a true problem. My problem is I want to be like the problem I am now in Illinois. Okay, where they're talking about taking money from the district, Part B funds. Cha-ching. That's what I want. I want that all the time. And if I don't get it, then I'm going after the state. I don't care nothing about them. If my kid's not getting it, nobody's getting it. Period. Nobody. Don't care. Yep. So good. So that's what's going on. So yes, Kimberly's right. The IEP follows the kid all around the school. There's no reasons, explanations, or excuses why some teacher in that school didn't implement it. I don't care what they have a degree in. I don't care nothing. I just heard the wildest stuff from a woman with a PhD out of New York, and I couldn't believe it. She's stupid as hell. New York is no joke. I mean, they're just dumb. There's nothing we could do. They're dumb. NYSED is not the brightest bulb on the Christmas tree either. And they just set themselves up for failure. And all they need is one person like me and this other parent to come in, and we just tag. We're like a tag team, and we just tag them hard. They get in trouble all the time, and they don't care. So I don't care. They don't care. I actually had a sped director tell me that one time. Why am I targeting his school district? I said, have you lost your mind? Do you know that none of my clients, I had like 10 clients in the school district. I said, do you know none of my clients really know each other? No. It's called word of mouth. Mm-hmm. Ow. It's called word of mouth. That's how I don't even do marketing. He said, what? I had like 10 kids in the school. None of the parents knew each other, but they heard of me. And so they would be talking in grocery lines and stuff. And then they would tell people about me, and then the ring, hello. I got another client. And that's what they're afraid of. We have to make them afraid. The only way to make them afraid is to fight back, and fight back hard. We grab them and we don't let go. We come back with this one, we file another one, back to back. In one state in Illinois, all we're doing is filing. We're just filing and filing and filing. Don't care. Mm-hmm. Oh, my allergies are about to kick in. I'm getting mad already. Anyway, can a teacher put the responsibility of the IEP students on their second? No. Everybody in that room? Good. You tell her to do that. You say good. I'll just make sure I tell the state what you just told me. Could you put that in writing? And this is what you do, Kimberly. You say. So let me get this straight. You just said it's not your fault. It's the second teacher's fault. Is that what you just said? Really? Everybody has to implement your kid's IEP. If there's 2 teachers in the classroom, everybody has to their goal is to implement the IEP. Kimberly, tell me that's happening over there because I could smack somebody. Go ahead. I hate people. How do you guys do? That doesn't even work for me. Because they're crazy. Listen, they will tell you anything. And they think that everything that comes out of their mouth, let me tell you something. It's a lie. Every single thing that comes out of their mouth is a lie. Everything. They don't know how to tell the truth. These people, my favorite saying, my sister gave me this. These people would rather climb a tree, or my favorite, a mountain, to tell a lie rather than stand on the ground and tell the truth. What are you going to do with that? The only thing you can do, exercise your rights. You fight back. When they tell you something, you say, oh, okay, good. Could you put that in writing? That's what this is, okay? When you get done, see, what's cool about this document right here is when you get done writing this all up, you can send it to them. Write up everything in here that you want, okay? You write up everything in here you want, and you send it to them. And then you tell them, you got to give me prior written notice. This is all the stuff I wanted, and this is all the stuff you said no to. So every time you tell them you want something on your little list, you can write right under it and say, so-and-so said no. So then you go through all the no's, and you say, okay, so according to my list, you have said no to this, 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 and this. I'm going to need all of that in writing in accordance with prior written notice, federal regulations. That's what I'm going to need. I'm going to need you to give me that. Like, quickly. When am I going to be able to get that? Then you go home and you send what you just said to them. You put this paper right here, this document. You put it in an email and you send it to them. And you say, this, whoops. And you say, this is what you said no to. Whoops. This is what you said no to. You said no to ET. I mean, ET. They're extraterrestrials. You said no to OT. You said no to speech and language. You said, even though, and that's why, let me tell you guys something. That's why the this page right here, the very first page of your IEP, this very first page right here, this is where you load the deck, people. This is where you load the deck. This is where you tell them exactly what you're pissed off about, what you want for your kid, and why you want it, okay? And then down here, you put, this is where you're getting it from. The evaluations show that you need all of this shit up here, your concerns, okay? And then down here, you say, hey, this is my vision statement. So they have to take your vision statement and combine it with theirs. But this one up here, this is all about you and your kid. It ain't got nothing. They're going to try to change it. And you tell them, if you change one word, I'm going to reject the IEP. Do you hear me? I'm going to reject the IEP because you're stupid. You're just stupid. Okay? That's what we're going to do. So that's why all of this stuff is important. That's why you guys have to use this. I really like this little checkboxy thing. I did it wrong. So you just click on it like that and it goes like that. Isn't that cool? I like it. I'm so proud of myself. I learned how to do this, guys. You have no idea. So anyway, so you just go in here and you just put in how the stuff, you answer the questions that are in here. If you follow the directions, what can the student currently do for SLP? So whatever is up here, okay, whatever you have for the goal, specific goal focus, whatever you type in there, you say, this is what he can do, okay? And then you go down here and you say, so if he can do that, then we're going to take it to the next level. Okay. So now we're going to say, I need him to write 5 sentences because you have the evaluations. The evaluations tell you what he can't do. Okay. How many of you guys don't know how to read an evaluation? Do you guys know how to read these things? Because I can show you shortcuts that'll help you out greatly. Do you want me to show you how to read a evaluation? I can set one up so I can do that for you guys. I'm going to start doing this. You do? We're creating it based on what we know. Exactly. What you know. Okay, listen. I want you guys to pay very close attention to me. This is all you do. Okay, Kimberly, I'm going to do it. All I needed was one person. Listen. When you're doing stuff with respect to special education, a couple of things you got to know. You got to know the facts. Okay. You got to know the facts. You got to have the allegation. Okay. You got to know what laws cover your facts. Okay. And you have to have proof. If you have the documents, then you have the facts when you're writing an IEP. And I'm going to show you how to go in and pull information from the evaluation and put it in your kid's IEP. You want me to show you how to do that? Because it's going to take me a minute because I got to go. I didn't do that yet. So I'm going to show you. I got to get it all lined up. I can show you guys how to do that. So if you guys want me to do it, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how to write an IEP because I'm sick of them. The more of you, because even if, listen, you guys, just because they're school people doesn't mean they're smart. Okay? Those people, do you guys understand that those people get a paycheck whether your kid learns or not? Do you know that's the only field that can fail miserably at doing something or producing something or manufacturing something, still get a paycheck and never have to worry about being fired? A teacher. Now, that's not to say that there are great teachers out there. There are teachers out there that are like me as an advocate, but they're teachers. The problem is there's so many no good for nothing teachers out there that just don't care. They don't care about your kid. Not all teachers are like that, but there's a lot of them that are. And those are the ones we have. Those are the ones we have. Okay? So no, I don't care nothing about them. So all you have to remember is this. Have the facts, okay? And build your IEP from that. Your facts are the quarterly progress reports. Your facts are any correspondence you're getting from the school. That's for instance, one of my clients, she just told me, she said, you know, these idiots told me my kid doesn't need ESY. This was last year. You know, the kid failed every subject there was. Failed. They said he didn't need it. And the hearing officer let that slide. I can't remember. Did he let that slide or not? I don't know. I think they pulled the hearing. But anyway, that's what the school district said. He failed every single subject, and they said he didn't need. He didn't need ESY. So if you failed every subject, get this. Okay, this is how this is how my brain works. So let me get this straight. He failed every subject while he was in class on an IEP with the support that he needs in the school. And he's not going to have any of that during the summer. And you're saying he doesn't need ESY. Really? Really? Yes, really. Because they're stupid and they don't care. Yep, they don't care. And that's why I act the way I do. Because you know what? If you don't care, I don't care. You're not going to give me rules and tell me how I have to be politically correct and how I have to respond to you. And you're cheating my clients out of an education because you're lazy. I don't have time for you. It's illegal. But they don't care because who's coming after them? The state knows they're doing it. The feds know they're doing it. There's really no punishment. You know what the punishment is? Us. We're the punishment. They have to see our faces all the time. And I like it a lot. I like it. And I tell them all the time, you know how you don't see me? Stop violating regulations. Stop making me come in here. I don't like none of you. I tell them that I don't like you. I can't believe I have to come in here and we have to have these discussions all the time about what. Okay, for instance, we're in the team meeting and I'm chewing them all a new one. We had filed a complaint. And it was the very first one. We filed a complaint. It came back with corrective action. The lawyer tells the mother that she needs a new advocate because I'm telling her everything wrong. I said, really? I'm telling her everything wrong. You just said we have to have a corrective action meeting. Do you know why we have to have a corrective action? Because the state found you to be a non-compliance of the regulations. Okay. Corrective action, I told the lawyer, only happens when the state finds the district to be a non-compliance of the federal regulations. I don't know what your problem is. The parent doesn't need a new advocate. I'm doing my job. The school district needs a new lawyer. Maybe they should get a new lawyer because you clearly don't know what you're doing. And don't you know? They just came back because while we were in the corrective action plan meeting, we had just filed another one. Guess what? It came back for a second time with corrective action. And they told them, if you don't fix this, we're taking your money. That's the school district that said that. And at the team meeting, get this. So we're doing the team meeting thing, and she's talking about the corrective action and what they wanted. Well, what they wanted was this piece right here. Where is it? The current level of performance. Okay. So they never told what the kid could do in the IEP. Matter of fact, the new one says he didn't make any gains. He still had emerging skills by the time we went to go do the new IEP, which is a denial of fape. He never met the goals. But where is it? It's up here. This part right here, they never did. They never put this in right. So they had to go and put this in. So what I told her is, what I do when I write IEPs, I told her, I put the date of the evaluation, and then I put the highlights, like some of the scores, the most important scores. I'll put it in there. The neuropsychologist found yada, yada, yada. Then I put the next one, and there's a date. So all in a row, it doesn't matter how big this spot is, because you can do this over and over and over again. Okay. So I said, that's how you do it. She wanted me to do it. She didn't know how. They submitted it 12 days late, past the timeline they were supposed to do it. And then the state came back and said, what are you doing? This is still wrong. So I told the mother, it's okay. Tell them that I'll do it for $500. I'll write the IEP. I'll put it together, because they don't know what they're doing. Because the woman that's sitting there doesn't know what she's doing. Pointing to this thing and you guys didn't even see it. So yeah, this is the part where they fucked up right here. Sorry guys, I hope none of your kids are listening. This is where they screwed up, is right here. They didn't put this in right. So there was no information about the evaluations. It wasn't in right. And so then when we came down here to the kid, we don't know what he can do, because the last IEP said that he had emerging skills. And so that's what has to go there. Okay. How does the disability, that's not the right one. Right. Where is it? How does the disability right here? So the student's current level of performance, what can the student do? So the last IEP is going to say, currently he has emerging skills in yada, 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 and yada, 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 and this one. And therefore, currently he can't do this, that, and the other thing. That's what goes in here. What he didn't do last year. Hi, Tess. I'm neutral. My child will be a kindergartner. Can I bring evaluations from a specialist to the IEP meeting, or will the school still insist on doing their own? They're going to insist on doing their own. Okay. If they have never evaluated your kid and you want your kid to have an IEP, the school district has the right to do an evaluation. However, you also give it to them. You say, here are some evaluations that were done. So because they have to consider your evaluations too, especially if your evaluations have a diagnosis, because school districts, contrary to popular belief, they can't diagnose your kid with doo-doo squad. Okay. Their opinion of what your kid is. One of my schools, same one. We're now they're being investigated because the school district decided that emotional disturbance is primary when the kid has a diagnosis of autism, and they made that secondary on his IEP category. That's the kind of shit that goes on. So in answer to your, I'm sorry, I called you Tess. Tara. Yes, they still have, if they've never done one before, yes, but they can only do an assessment once every 3 years. Okay. It's called the initial or reevaluation. Now, you have to consent to it. Okay. Once you consent to it, they do the evaluations. Then you have a meeting to discuss the evaluations. But before that meeting takes place, I want you to give them all of your assessments that you have from her specialist. And you say you want to discuss these at the team meeting when we discuss theirs. Okay? Now, if the school district, you have to come to these all the time, okay? Because you're a newbie. And so they're going to work you. So what you got to do is, and I need you to go to my YouTube channel. I have a whole bunch of stuff you're going to love. Okay? It's all about all of this process. So the school district gets one chance at the apple. Okay? Now they might come back and say they need additional testing, but they don't need additional testing. The team has to determine based on their evaluations if they need additional testing. So if the school district does their testing, they're done. Okay? For 3 years, they're all done. Okay? So you give them your assessments, and now all they have to do is consider them. However, if they write an IEP that's not reasonably calculated, we can do something about that, which they're probably going to do, but you never know. You might be in a good school district. They are going in, they have to do this. They under the law, if you want your kid to receive special education services due to a disability, then yes, they will insist on doing it. Now, I shouldn't say that. If you give them yours, they might say, well, we'll just use yours. We'll accept yours as our own. And then just go from there. I've actually had school districts do that. So actually, I'm wrong. That can happen. It hasn't happened many times, but it can happen. Okay. So just give them yours and see what they say. Okay. And they should respond with testing. Now, they need yours because if they don't know and they give your kid the same assessment, then the scores on the assessment the second time may be better because your daughter's familiar with the test now. So you have to give it to them. Okay. Give them the assessments and then see if they accept them. If they accept them, you're good. Now they have to write an IEP based on that because that's the only thing available. Okay. And they're done. And you need something in writing from them. Everything you ask them to do, you follow up with a letter or you ask them to put it in writing. If they don't put it in writing, then you put it in writing. And you say, pursuant to our conversation on yada, yada, yada day, I asked for this. You said, no, I just want to be clear. That means you're not going to do it, right? Okay. That's the kind of stuff you do. Play nice first. Okay. But you always have to get stuff in writing because they're liars. Okay. They lie, like I said, when telling the truth would be better. Okay. And then they get in trouble for lying. And I can show you how to get them when they lie. It's real easy. It's called a paper trail. So you're going to hit the ground running. You start writing emails for everything. Okay. You create email threads. Don't have emails all over the place. You want email threads for one topic. Okay. So if you have an email thread about evaluations, if they're sending you information about evaluations, you put everything under the evaluations email. Everything has the same tab. They respond to you, you respond back. Okay. That's how you do it. That's called an email thread. And that's what you don't do anything verbally. If you do anything verbally, if they try, well, we just want to talk. No. Put everything in writing. Okay? No talking. Even when you talk to the teachers, you put it in writing after the conversation. Thank you so much today for the conversation. I really appreciate, as we discussed earlier, and then you reiterate the conversation. Okay, let me tell you what that's called. Contemporaneous notes. Contemporaneous notes is what got Donald Trump impeached the first time. Okay? By Comey. Okay? They're very, very important. Okay? Contemporaneous notes because they happen in the moment. 9 times out of 10, what's written in the moment is probably going to be accurate. Okay? And that's what they say. So. Oh, hi, Erin. Oh, girl, you never miss it. I'm always on. You can always catch it later. Okay? But like I said, you guys, so now that everybody's here, I'm going to start doing private sessions. Okay? I got Google Meet. So I'm going to start doing private sessions with you guys where you guys can come and vent. But then what we're going to do is I'm going to help you with specific questions or a specific issue that you're having that needs immediate attention. So if there's one thing that you want to discuss for every person that's there now, I don't know how many people are going to show up. I'm thinking it's only going to be a handful of people, but who knows? It might blow up. I don't know. But if you want to attend, you have to contact me via email and just name it WWTD place. Okay. It's what would Tammy do place. That's what I'm calling it. I like it. WWTD place --place. And then just say, I want to be a part of it. And then I will be able to create an email thing for all of you who want to join. And then I'll send you the link and I'll give you the date and the time and I'll send you the invitation. Okay. So I'll put it on my Facebook channel for all of you so you can see it. And I think I can put it on the other community thing, but I don't know. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create when I go and create it. So if you guys want to do it, what you have to do is in the subject line of the email, you go to Sped Ed Live Train. Okay, here, I'm going to do this. Wait a minute, Tara. So we're going to do for the WWTD place meeting, Google Meet sessions. Send me, okay, you're going to send me an email with wwtd place, okay, at spededlivetrain@gmail.com, okay? That's the instructions, okay? If you do that, I'm gonna see how many people I can get. I'm gonna try to do it by the end of the month or the beginning of the following month, May, okay? And then I'm probably gonna do it all summer. It's gonna be once a month. And if you guys can do this, then we'll be good, okay? Tara, it will be perfect for you, okay? And it's free, okay? For now, it's free. I'm going to start doing, I'm actually going to make t-shirts for it. It's going to say WWTD. What would Tammy do? It's got little ducks on the bottom. It's going to say, line up your ducks. Well, because I say that to you guys all the time. So anyway, I'm going to do fundraisers so we can do that. Had them pay for an independent evaluation, and they still didn't take, I know. And place it in the IEP. It was a mess. I had to get a lawyer. Lovely. Eastern PA. Yes. Oh, PA is a piece of cake, girl. They're afraid of me. I love messing with them. But anyway, yeah, that's why I tell people don't fight for it. In most states, I tell people don't fight to get an IEE at public expense because they still don't accept it, even though they paid for it. Because all it does is prove that they were wrong and they have to give your kid more services. See, that's all it does. So they don't even care. They don't care. They know. They know that they're wrong. They knew they were wrong when they wrote that stupid thing up that forced you to go get an IE at public expense. So when they agreed to it and then they said no, now they look like idiots. You got your stuff, right? You got it. That's what happens. Because they're no good, okay? They're just literally no good. The best way to handle it, I'm telling you guys. So you wouldn't have to do that. All you have to do is go get somebody to do it. To get an evaluation, like a neuropsych, most of the time, all you need is a clinical psychologist, okay, to get a neuropsych done. And that covers everything. The neuropsych will take all of the evaluations you had done by the school, and then the neuropsych does their own, okay? And so most clinical psychologists have the training to do a neuropsychological, and then you get that done. But you can get it done by anybody. You have to use your own insurance, and then it'll get done, okay? So yeah, they're stupid. I know they do it all the time. That's right. For me, it's a total waste of time. I've never won. I don't believe I did anyway. I may have, but I don't recall ever winning for an IEE at public expense. They've given them to me. They have done that, where they've agreed to do it. And then we got him back and they didn't do nothing with him. So then I have to file against them because I wait for them to write the IEP. When they write the IEP, I say it's a denial of FAPE, and then I use the shit that they gave me. And I prove that the IEP is not reasonably calculated because they're stupid. Because all of this stuff right here, missing. That's how you get them. Because they're stupid. Remember that. Because they're stupid. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. Let me see. Tara. If I'm saying your name wrong, do I say Tara? Or do I say like a little Tara? Just a pun. So I don't mean you're a Tara. But or is it Tara? Which one? And no problem, girl. I love this so much. I am in a place in my life where I get to do this and still pay my bills without having to go to work with someone. Yes, Tara. Okay, good. All right. Without having to go work for somebody else, because I don't get along very well with others. Soon as somebody tries to tell me to do something, I'm gonna punch them. Because I quit. This is stupid. You're stupid. I'm quitting. This is dumb. I'm not doing it. I want your job. And you sit over here. I can't. This is my favorite thing to do other than crafting. I love crafting. Oh, see, I make rings and stuff. I made that. I do. That's what I do in my spare time. I ain't got nothing to do. See, I make these. This is so pretty. They're howlet beads. They're white with a gray thing. It's, oh God, I love it. I love it. So I make a lot of stuff. And I'm going to start selling my stuff so that you guys, I just don't want to mail nothing. It's easier to just go online and get one of them things and they make the t-shirts and you guys buy them from them and then I get a kickback. I like that better. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. If this takes off, I will do it and I will facilitate the meeting and then I will tell you guys what to do. Okay? It's not about everybody jumping in and telling each other what to do. No. No. Okay? Because then there'll be a whole bunch of wrong stuff being done. And now everybody needs stuff and it's not to say that you're not helpful, but okay, you can't, because what works for you may not work for somebody else. Okay? Everybody's different. Those are common. Yes. Oh yeah, you did tell me that before. Oh, I got the blue ones. What's the blue one? Lapis. You're the one that told me about the lapis stone. Yeah, I got a whole job. I got $70 worth of beads out there, and I love doing it. And it's part of why I can't wait for summer too, because this will probably slow down. Although I don't know, because right now I have a hearing currently for either July or September. I don't know which one yet. But anyway, I'm booked out. But it's only going to be a 2-day hearing, so I don't care. And then I'm going to federal court, and I'm probably going to get the 3 parents or the 2 parents with 3 kids to file a class action lawsuit, because I don't like them. Because I don't like Massachusetts at all. It's fun. But anyway, so that's what this is for. This is a tool that you guys, okay, you guys need this really, really bad. And we're going to go into it more detail, because I'm going to bring it back up again when I teach you how to write the IEP. Like I say, when you make the measurable goal, you write 3, here it is. The student will write 5 sentences using the appropriate punctuation and capitalization. And then the student will write 8 sentences, yada, yada, same thing. And then down here, you write, by the end of the IEP period, the student will be. Now, does everybody understand that? It's easy to understand, right? You know exactly what's going to happen with your kid. They refuse to do that. They refuse to write stuff like this that makes sense. I don't know what's wrong with them. Well, yes, I do, because they're thieves. They're all a bunch of thieves. They're stealing. That's what they're doing. So, like, by the end of the IEP period, you have an IEP that goes from year to year. The student will be able to write 5 sentences with the appropriate punctuation with 80% accuracy across 3 consecutive sessions, across 3 consecutive months. I don't understand. What's hard about that? Okay? There's not hard about that. It's difficult because what they have to do now is they have to prove that your kid can do it. That's the hard part for them. You see, like I said, facts. The facts. You have facts, you have the law, you have the documentation. If you got those 3 things, right now, if you got those 3 things, you can win. You can win anything. They do it now after me screaming. Yes. Why do you think I'm so loud? I was never this loud when I was young. When I was in my 20s, I was nice, calm girl. Then I became an advocate. Now I'm loud as hell. And the F-bomb comes out of my mouth on a regular basis. It just, for some reason, does not come out of my mouth when I'm at a team meeting. No swears do. It's like I got this thing right here. Shuts it right off. But let me start talking to a parent. You guys know me. You guys that know me, know me. Okay. Oh, I made these earrings Thursday. Easy peasy. Yeah. Anyway. I won't sign without dates and it making sense. You can't, because you tell them I don't do nonsense. Okay, here's a trick, guys. Here's a trick. You want to know if an IEP is poo-poo caca? If it's not reasonably calculated, I'm gonna give you a trick. I do it all the time. So we go to a team meeting and I say to them, what the hell does that mean? What does that goal mean? These idiots go into this huge dissertation. It's like they're doing a presentation. And they explain what their goal means. And I say, where is all of that in the IEP? Where is it? So the only way I can know what the hell this IEP means is to call you up or come see you. That's the way I know what my IEP. So if I don't know what it means, if I move out of this damn town and I take this piece of crap IEP with me to another school, are they going to know what that means? Or are they going to call you up and ask you? Stupid. It's the most ridiculous thing. I got to ask you. So if they have to tell you, I need that thing to shut me off. I know it's hard. See, you're a parent. You can get away with it. I used to say all kinds of swears with my son. I didn't give a shit. I threw out a guidance counselor because he told me my son had a chip on his shoulder. When I got done, he saw my chip. And I told him he should have a chip on his shoulder. You gave it to him. Criticizing my kid all the time. What the hell's wrong with you people? You have nothing else to do. Nothing. He's 14. Stupid. Anyway, I kicked him out. He got up. I yelled at him so much he got up and left. And I said, and good, don't come back. Stupid. Anyway, and he didn't. He was afraid of me. They're all afraid of me, and I don't care. I like it. I like it that they're afraid of me. What's this? It was a mess. Yeah. So yeah, don't you guys have to understand something. If they have to explain the IEP to you after it's written, it's junk. That means it's by definition. If it has to be explained, I forgot how funny you are. I watch these back sometimes to see what I screwed up, and I sit down and I look at them. I'm like, there's something seriously wrong with you, girl. You're crazy, but I don't care. Anyway, thank you. If they have to explain their IEP to you, that means it's ambiguous, and that means it's not reasonably calculated. Do you understand? Because they give you a whole bunch of it because they think that makes them smart. Because, well, let me explain it to you. Let me explain it to you. I don't know what this IEP means. I'm supposed to know. You're the mother. You're supposed to know what that IEP means. When you get up and walk out, do you know how many parents don't know what the hell the IEP means when they get up and walk out of the room? Look at this goal. I mean, seriously, why wouldn't you know? Why can't they write like this? I don't understand. Why? Why? What is that? Oh, I'm sorry. What is that? Does everybody know what that means? Do you have to have a kid on an IEP to know what that means? No, you don't. You don't. You know exactly what that means. My kid's going to, by the end of the IEP period, he's going to know how to write 5 sentences with the appropriate punctuation, with 80% accuracy. We call it a drop dead clause. Yeah, because they're stupid. And that's if you gonna does everybody I just want to show hands. Does everybody know what that means? Is it confusing? 3 sessions. So if your kid gets, so let me see. If your kid gets 3 times 30 speech and language, 3 times 30, that's 3 sessions, 30 minutes. And that's what that means. 3 consecutive sessions. So do you know how long it's going to take? It could take a year for a kid to do that. It's not unreasonable. Think about it. If your kid has a problem writing, okay, or putting or speech and language problem, putting language together, the grammatics of language, okay? So 80% accuracy, all right? So what it would look like is this. He would have to do 3 sessions. And in those 3 sessions, every single session, he has to write 5 sentences with 80% accuracy. Keep in mind, the reason why that's in there is because your kid can't do that. Your kid can't write a sentence. That's why that's in there. Okay? And so your kid might do 40%, 50%, 60%. This might go on for months. But not only does your kid have to do it with 80% accuracy, he has to do it 3 times. He has to get 30% accuracy in 3 sessions across 3 months. So he has to keep doing it. He just doesn't do it once. He's got to be able to do it in 3 months. So he has to have 3 sessions, and in every single 3 sessions that he has to get 80% accuracy across 3 months. That's what that means. Doesn't that make sense? Does that make sense to you guys or what? I'm thinking it does. I don't know. Color me though. Okay? Across 3 consecutive sessions. This goal is for, see, let me show you. SLP. This goal is for SLP. Most of the time when kids have SLP, which is speech and language services, then they have it, it's a related service. So they'll have it 1 times 30, 2 times 30, 3 times 30. Rare a kid gets 3 times 30. Okay, rare. So if your kid is only getting it 1 times 30 per cycle or per week, do you know how long that's going to take him? It's going to take him a year to be able to do that because he has to get it 80% accuracy. Now, there's also going to be other parts of speech and language regarding sentence writing. So for instance, the student will be able to identify a noun verb, noun in 5 sentences with 80% accuracy across 3 consecutive sessions across 3 consecutive months. So what we're going to do is, okay, what you're doing is you're breaking up speech and language. So it's based on what your kid's issue is with speech and language, because different kids have different issues with speech and language, or anything for that matter. So what you're doing is you're breaking down, all right? You're breaking down the components to teach your kid how to write a sentence, okay? So, and your kid has to do this in the regular ed class, all right? Where is the student practicing otherwise? This has to be done across. That's why I said IEP has to be implemented in every class. If this is writing sentences, then your kid should be writing sentences in his regular ed class. If your kid's writing sentences, then the idiots have to collect that data. That's why you have a portfolio. Sample portfolio of all the work that your kid has done in all the classes, because then you can see, did your kid write 5 sentences? Did your kid identify noun, verb, noun in 5 sentences with 80% accuracy across 3 consecutive sessions? They have to collect the data, and all they have to really do is put in the work, take the sample of the work, put it in a file. That's all they have to do. At the end of the quarter, they give you all of that stuff, and then we can do it. And then all you have to do really is just look at it and count, create a grid, and then count how many times you did it. Here's one session, he did it one time, put the date, and I could show you how to do that. The student is practicing in the classroom, doing his work. That's what the kid is doing, okay? This gets done with, and that's another thing. What I like to do with my parents is, okay, so let's go down past this part. Wait a minute. Show you. Let's go down here, okay? So now there's a section in the IEP. This is where the services go, okay? So see, ours says service delivery. So this is where your kid gets his services. So if your kid's going to go for goal 1, okay, type of service is SLP. Okay, what? SLP. Then the next one is a speech and language pathologist. And then the frequency and duration is 1 times 30 minutes per week. Okay. Now, about where I was going with this. Okay. So in this part right here, oh, that's what it is. Okay. See what it says right here? Consultation. In Massachusetts, we have a piece where it's a consult. So in this one right here, I put the date and the time. So this would be consult. So I would put the speech and language. I would put the goal 2 would be the OT, and then we put OT. Whoops. OT, and this would be OT type of personnel, and this would be 1 times 30 per month. I'm sorry, this is wrong. Per month. Okay, 1 times 30 per month. Now, guess what this is? This is with you guys. Where it says indirect services. So this isn't, I know they like to say this is a service. They're doing it right now in Massachusetts because they're stupid. Private school that costs over $200,000 a year is trying to say that consultation is a service provided to the student. It says it. This is Massachusetts. Remember I said Massachusetts IEP? Look what it says. Consultation, indirect services to school personnel and parents. Where in there does it say direct services to the student? Let me show you where it says that. Way down here in number B, in letter B. Special education related services in general ed classroom, direct service to the kid. Here's another one. Special education related services in other settings, direct services to the kid. This one up here does not say that. This is indirect service to school personnel and parents. So what I like to do is, in this section, I put in there that the parent and the school are going to meet once a month. That's when you get all your data that they've been collecting all month on this, on all of the classroom stuff on this right here. Okay, because one of the things is for how you're going to know the kid did it is right here where you say performance criteria. You'll put data, which includes a portfolio, a weekly portfolio of work completed in class or sessions. See, that's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. So now we got them. Okay, what should be included in good data? What should be included in good data? Depends on what you're collecting it for. Okay, data collection should be what's being measured. Okay, so right here. By the end of the IEP period, the student will be able to write 5 sentences with the appropriate punctuation. So what you would need for data here would be samples of the kid's work, samples from the speech and language pathologist, because the kid is getting SLP. So you would need sample of the work from his teacher and the SLP. So you create a portfolio. You tell them to create a portfolio, put all of his sample work in there. The speech and language pathologist does it, and the teacher does it. Okay? It doesn't matter what it is. The teacher has to provide you with sample of his work. So if your kid's given 5 sentences, which he's probably not, you just look at the sample of the work and you can see they're giving your kid way more stuff. So he's not writing 5 sentences. He might be writing 10. He might be writing 15 sentences. We don't know. But it has to be him writing the sentences. Because if they don't show you that he wrote these sentences in his head, there's no scribe. No scribes. Scribes are a no-no. We don't do scribes. And that's sometimes what they'll say. You say, no. If you do a scribe, then this is obsolete. Because the whole issue with this is we want your kid to learn how to write 5 sentences. Because here's the thing. You can write 5 sentences by typing like I just did. Texting on a phone, okay? There's lots of ways to write a sentence and handwrite. So we want him to write 5 sentences, so it doesn't matter. But they can't give it to him via a scribe. Good data will include the date, the initial of the person who collected the data, okay? The date, the time, the class that the data was collected from, date, time, the class it was, the initial of the person who collected the data, and their credentials. Like, was it the para, or was it the special ed teacher, like that? Okay, or was it the SLP? So that's how the data has to be collected. Those are the things that have to be in there. And then what we can do is, like, I can show you guys how to do that too, is there, when you say collect data, that's the way it's supposed to be. Thank you. That makes sense. Okay, no problem. But what they don't do it like that. So the easiest way is for you to get samples of his work in a portfolio weekly, okay, from any of his teachers for any of the goals and objectives in the IEP. And you tell them to make sure that all of the work has a date on it. It's once a week. So if you get it, you can just say every week you'll get, and every week you have to get the folder. You can tell them if the first time you get it and every month you sit down, because part of your IEP should be that the parent and the team will meet for 30 minutes once a month to discuss the progress of the student and to discuss the data and to see if, anything needs to be modified. So that way you have all of the data as the year goes on. So if there's a problem, you can say, I want a team meeting, we need to modify the IEP. This is too hard. This goal is too big. He's not making any progress, or it's too easy. So now we got to modify the IEP. See, they don't think you can do that, but you can. I did it before. I do it all the time. What it is the school doesn't want to do that. The school doesn't want to do it. That means the IEP is working, or it's not working and they're doing his work for him. So that's the kind of stuff you want in the data. The data collection is, I don't know if you guys know what DTT is. For those of you that know what it is, that's the way the data should be collected, basically. it's discrete trial training. So you put a check mark where the kid did the thing, because you do it 10 boxes. So what you would do is get the data, right? You would create a grid with little boxes. A check mark means he did it. A minus means he didn't. So you would put Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then you would put notes on the side that this data was taken in his English class, or this was taken by his speech and language pathologist. And so all of the data that you get in front of you, you just go across and you say 5 sentences. He did it 1, 2, 3, 4 times. He only did it 4 times. That's 40%. 10 times 4 is 40. So if he did 80%, it would be 8 times he did it correct. So you would have to have 8 check marks going across that grid. So it's 10 times 10 is 100. Okay. So all you have to do is set up your own grid. I can show you how to do that too. It's real easy. I can put that out there. That's a good idea. I think I'll do that. Let me just put out a grid sheet. I'll put out a grid sheet for collecting data. Grid sheet, okay, on my website for collecting data. How's that? Okay. Then you guys can just download it. All right. I like this that I have the website now, because I can just, instead of putting it on Facebook, I can just tell you guys exactly where to go. That doesn't sound good. Exactly where to go. Let me see. Whoops. I want this one. Do this. Oops. Okay. So when you go to my homepage, like this is, I'm going to try to make it real easy for you guys to find stuff. So when I put stuff on there, like this says blank IEP, and then this right here, see, it says services. But see, whenever you see an arrow like that, click on it and see, this is where you can get OSEP letters, and this is where you can get information about transition. I am still loading stuff. See, when I click on it, watch. See, there's nothing there. There's nothing here. And there's nothing here, and there's nothing here. So the only thing I got in here is that, okay? Which is a letter that I got from OSEP about, and if you read this, you'll find out what it is. It's about due process. But yeah, anytime you see the down arrow, this is all my stuff, what I have to offer. Welcome to On Demand, okay? So this is how you can subscribe for services from me, and it tells you, why is this not, what the hell? Something happened. I don't know what happened. I hate my life. Oh, there it is. I got to take out that other one. Okay. I didn't even know that was there. So Advocate on Demand, you guys, is where you can pay $35 a month. Okay. And you get 4 hours per month for me to consult with you. Okay. You get assistance writing emails per month. You get 5 emails a month to and from the school district, which is really cool. Because it helps you to nail them, because they're dumb. Like I said, a lot of times they'll tell you stuff like I was telling you earlier. Oh, I just want to clarify that the school district and the teachers tell you all kind of stuff that in an email when you guys are writing it, because they don't know I'm behind it. And I'll attend 2 team meetings, okay, within 12 months, 1 hour each meeting, or 1 meeting for 2 hours. And I will review 1 proposed or accepted IEP or Section 504 plan and provide written recommendations of potential modifications to IEP or Section 504 plan within 12 months. Okay. These are the services I offer for $35 a month. It's a reoccurring subscription thing. So if you're interested, check that out. It's really cool. I already have people that are on it, and it helps me out a lot. And it also helps out the parents, because it's easier. It's just easier. So what do you say? How does a parent obtain their child's schoolwork from their child's account? Most of their work is all completed on their Chromebook. School accounts, not much printed paper coming home from. Because when you put it in the IEP, you tell them that you want their work. So they better figure it out. You put it in the IEP that you want a portfolio for the sample of work that they're doing all week. That's what you do. Or you want access to this shit. Wait a minute. There might be a way that I can help you get access to it. I can show you how to do stuff, because they always think they're smart. But if you have the codes, then if they're doing their work, there might be a way that you can go in and print the work that's finished. Okay. So we can figure it out. All right. But that's even better, because you can send it over to your email or print it out. You should be able to print it out. And if you can't, that's a problem, because you can put it in the IEP and now they have to do it and they're dumb. They'll say, oh yeah, we'll do that. They don't even know that the stupid program that they have can't do it. So yeah. But the Chromebook that they have, there's a way to do it, Kimberly. So let me know and I'll show you. Okay. We'll figure it out. I just got to see the program and then I can figure it out. But yeah, so if you go to my website, there's lots of different things that I'm going to be putting in here to help you. Oh, here's another thing that I put on here. This is only 99 cents. Guys, I only get like 47 cents of this. The money that I charge you guys helps me to keep doing this. It's really not a real good paycheck, but it helps me to help you guys. So I just put these letters. These are form letters. So you go in, you do the same thing. You download the letter, you click on that little box. It takes you here, you download, and then you pull it up, and ta-da, you write your name, your address, your telephone number, who's it regarding, the dear, yada, yada, yada. I am writing to request, and these are all the records you request. It's a records request letter, pre-done, okay, fillable form. So you can have that one, and wait a minute. And this one is a fill-in request for evaluations or an IEE form. Okay. So this one is really cool. I love, this is my favorite letter that I ever wrote, because this letter, okay, I guess I got to do this. This letter defines what you're asking for in an evaluation. It literally defines it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is this. So now I can blow it up. Okay. See, I'm writing to request an independent evaluation. I got to take that out. I'm going to fix this because it can just say, you can just cross this out right here, and just, when you download it, just cross that out. And just, if you don't want an independent, just say you want an evaluation, but I'm going to pull it out and fix it. Okay. But anyway, this asks for, so you say you want a functional behavioral assessment. So it says the goal of a functional behavioral assessment is to understand the relationship between challenging behaviors in the student's existing environment. By understanding the functions, alternative strategies, and skills can be identified and promoted. Environments can be modified and manipulated, and patterns of support can be developed. That's the definition of an FBA. So then we say the objectives of the FBA will be to determine and clear and distinct description of challenging behaviors. This is what you expect the BCBA to do, or the person that's going to do the FBA. Okay. So first, you're telling them, you say, I want an FBA. My kid's not compliant regarding the homework. They have refusal behavior. They have refusal behavior, or they're not, what do you call it? They're off task a lot, or they're verbally aggressive, whatever the case may be. And then you send them this, and you tell them to identify the events and variables that predict when challenging behaviors are more likely or less likely to occur. This is what they're supposed to do for an FBA. Okay. And then they're supposed, if they find out there is a behavior, then they have to write an intervention plan. And this tells you what is supposed to be contained in it. Now, here's another one: augmentative and alternative communication. This is an AT eval. Okay, includes all forms of communication rather than oral speech that are used to express thoughts, needs, wants, and ideas. And then it defines it. So you check that one off and you tell them that's what I want. I want an AT eval. This is telling them what you want. Here's the Vineland. Okay, and this tells you all of that. This letter is really, really cool. I like it a lot. You can do whatever you want to it. I don't care. And then it says, please be advised the parent has been advised of her rights pursuant to 503 written notice to either approve or refuse. Now, when you ask for assessments, some school districts, they love doing this. They love telling parents, well, we have to have a meeting to discuss your request. No, you don't. They have two options: approve or deny, approve or refuse. That's it. You tell them they got two options for them to pick one within a reasonable time without undue delay, or you'll take it to the next level. That's what you tell them. And they have to put it in writing. They're going to do it or not. They have to put it in writing. They have to get your consent. If it's just a regular evaluation, you want them to do. If it's an IEE, they have to put it in writing. They have to tell you why they're not doing it. So that's what this is right here. Okay, here's a neuropsych. This is the definition of a neuropsychological evaluation. So when they say, well, what area do you want? See, you didn't list in any of this. Comprehensive reading assessment, letter and word recognition, reading comprehension. These are all the areas you want them to evaluate in. Okay? That's what this is saying. I want you to evaluate in all of these areas. Okay? So that's another thing that I offer. So check out my website. All right? And there's like, I'm gonna go load more. I'm gonna load more. I'm gonna have merchandise on here, like the t-shirt I want to do. See, I don't have anything for my merchandise yet, coming soon. And I have contact me as I'm on here right there. See, when you want to find me, guys, go to my website, need.spedanswers.com. Okay? That's what we're gonna do. And then there's my Facebook Live and my YouTube channel. So I'm going to end this now because I am a tired girl. Oh, guys, you're never going to believe what I did. I went and got the 4th booster shot. Oh, my God. I was so freaking sick. I wasn't sick. I was freezing. And my body was just yucky. It was like somebody beat me up. It only lasted exactly 24 hours. The next day, I was just tired. But it was bad. But I got the Moderna. But I'm glad I did. Because in Philly, you can't do nothing without a mask. So, be careful out there, you guys. Just pay attention to what's going on, because this stuff could come back at any time. All right? I want you guys to be safe. I want your kids to be safe, and I want you to learn, and I want you to take this to the bank and go do what you got to do. Okay? Go use that Iep form. Just play with it. So you can just play with it. And it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter what they say. Just put it in writing. As long as you're putting it in writing and it's going in your kid's file that this is what you said, that'll drive them nuts. They can't stand it. I love you guys. Tara, as soon as I get done, I'm going to do the WWTD place. And then whoever was interested, you got to send me an email at spededlivetrain@gmail.com. I posted it in here. Okay. Love you guys. See ya.